Good morning. Welcome back to Dower House Farms. We're a beef and crop farm in East Cork in South Ireland. We put up a video every day. Maybe not the last few days now, but I was off me holibops for a few days. So back at it now today. It's a vacant slow puncture, but we parked in front of the workshop here last night. So just so we'd be able to open this morning. We got our tyre repair man onto it there now this morning, and we've a few cattle going to the factory, and we're testing now this week. We're testing tomorrow, reading Friday, so that's a fair dose, but I know it has to be done. And after that then, yeah, let's get some mucking out done, get some beet drawn. There's a couple loads of beet going away, so yeah, I'll go and yeah, that's it. So I suppose we better get feeding. Oh, it's right out. Good got it. So yeah, we'll get feeding and get out. Have the first mix of the day ready to be fed out. Mixed really, really well. Straw, barley, soya, beet, soy, grass silage and maize silage. And now you can see that the tome is absolutely giving it a really, really good mix. Keeping the mix consistency good and even. I'm just back from the factory. Fong is filling one of the feeders. Here's a load of dung loaded up. We'll go up to the hill farm now. Mix of oats and soya. Just up in the hill farm there now, going bedding down the cattle up here. But that shed now is nearly empty, so that'll be the next one probably to be filled with cattle, I'd imagine. That'll hold probably about 25 cattle, which is ideal. We have cattle up here already, so it's ideal altogether. And take now. There's all the heifers happy out on the forage dry. That's another cover crop there. I was half thinking of grazing that, but I walked it yesterday. Doing enough in it to bother going to the hassle of fencing it and things. Now there is 40 acres on the north farm, and there's a serious cover crop there. To be honest, well, it's not far. No, yeah, there's about 27 acres there. There's some of it isn't no good, but there's more of it that actually can do with being grazed. But there's no power or water. There is water there, but like I'd have to go bring in water about a mile from one end of the farm to the other, and there's no power there, so it's a bit of a nuisance. But look, we'll see. We may have to go there. The forage dry, them heifers are going to have to go off this farm, and I thought that we might get a lot of the winter out of the forage dry, but they're only in that field now 10 days, and they'll need to come out of it in the next 2 or 3 days. The weather's just too wet in the story, so I thought they might get 3 weeks out of it. They're going to be all out to get 2 weeks out of it, and the rest of it there isn't much in it. So look, they'll either have to go in, or possibly someone go into that shed. You probably put 30 weighing into that shed, so they'll either have to go in, or they'll have to go on to cover crop somewhere else. But I don't know. It's well, look, of a dry winter, grazing cover crops is great, but like of a wet winter like this, they're walking 3/4 of it into the ground, so it's not really worth the hassle of fencing it. They're all grand because we've grazed all them fields already. So Yeah, it's hard to know what's the best thing to do, but look, we'll see. There's a load of rain again for tonight, I think, so we're sort of starting to struggle a bit with them out now. And same down the big farm, there's 30 whalings down there, so interesting actually. It is, unfortunately we lost one there last week, but a whaling, and sort of, it was a bit funny, like just all of his shot wasn't really sick, but just went like from grand to marrows in a couple of days, like, and I sent him to the lab with salmonella, so just waiting on more results now to sort of see what sort of salmonella, but yeah, it's in good, man. They'll all have, that group will have to be all vaccinated for it now, which is a dose, because Jesus, they're being vaccinated for everything now. I was using no vaccinations a couple of years ago, and now we're using second. Oh, sorry, one sec now. Is that any better? So yeah, we're using nearly every vaccine. Oh, what am I doing? I'm making the dog's dinner, but that's what I'm doing. We're using, like, they're all getting, everyone is getting IBR now, Bovipass, the calves are getting Risperdal. Now I'll see, I might drop out the Risperdal next year because we don't have any issues with calves really and pneumonia. Our sheds are fairly airy and we keep them fairly well fed and things, so look, we'll see. Now on the flip side of that, you know, calves are gone very expensive and very valuable, so you don't want to be losing any. Look, you don't want to be losing calves anytime, and irrespective of their value, but even more so when they're as valuable as they are now. So yeah, it's hard to know what we'll do for the coming year, but yeah, they must be vaccinated for that now again, and a two-shot vaccine exactly 3 weeks apart, and can't be given with anything else, so it's a really second one of these really delicate vaccines. I think the mycoplasma one is very similar. We never used mycoplasma, and we did get a fair doing for mycoplasma for a couple of years, but we never vaccinated for it. Jeez, this trailer's run away from me now. Do I have her? I do. These big squares are actually handy enough to pick up. You just sort of like go in under them at the start. You don't even really have to go in under them. Just lift them up, push them up against something, and oh, I'm making absolute balls of that now. Serious straw party going on here today. So you got London light. We're going things made now. Keep them nice and cozy, keep them tight and keep them lying down. One fabulous sign. One happy customer gone on with a load of beef. I'll load up a load for myself now next, but farm is out there. He bought up the feeder, so I'll just put him in, get the hour. I'll take down the wire to let him go into the field with the heifers. Job done. Conditions are getting fairly shitty now though. Oil of beef is fairly flying down now, to be fair. I wouldn't say it'll be going off on it because we won't have time. I think we pulled, I don't know, and we pulled it 2 weeks ago and there was nearly 150 tonne gone out of it, so we're using a good shot of it ourselves. We're using sort of 30 tonne a week, and about 30 tonne a week ourselves, and clients are taking about 50 tonne a week, so we're using the guts of 100 tonne a week nearly. So yeah, it won't be long going down, and there's a neighbour now who's stuck for a few loads of beef there this week. He doesn't have any out, so we'll do now swapsy with him. So let's get this load packed Pat it down now and back to the yard then. Just down here checking these boys on the forage right. They're flying around the place on that. So this is the group now that animal died out of, that it's salmonella. So they all look fine now. They're coughing mad, alright, but they're well dosed and and it's just the rain. And by God, no boys, if you think you've seen rain so far, wait till you see what's to come tonight. There's like 1.5 inch rain forecast for tonight. The ground here is holding up reasonably well. But again, look, we're going to get bed here, so wettest October or wettest November, 85 years, typical. The 1 year I go back out wintering cattle. But yeah, and like our new house, sounds like we're sleeping in a tent. The rain is so loud on the roof. Whatever it is about the new houses. And yeah, it wakes me in the middle of the night and I'm like, what's the story? And you know, these old waggles are starting to turn into cattle. They're a grand old bunch of bullocks now. I wouldn't say they're all big, strong, but there is plenty of nice ones in it. He's a great bullock. What do you think, Lado? Go you saucy fecker. They have their advantage feeder here in the yard. So it's a grand little spot for them. The yard now. Good few old job-ins to do now. I must try and get organised now for the morning on number one because we're TB testing, unfortunately. I must push in the silage, do the bedding down, I must fill the feeder with beet, and I want to get all the silage and maize and all that cut out. Maybe I won't, I must chop the beet on it, so it's all going to tell you and you need. But I must get all them things chopped out and things. Get ready for tomorrow. Beautiful. Get them bedded down now and the bales out and all. And get the feeder filled up and shinny. Throw the toes up then till tomorrow morning. There's some serious zeds being caught in this pen. They were all asleep until I started with the floor. Get up, you lazy louse. Nah, don't even get up when I aim to straight at them. They love it. This one especially, giving out a scratch in the head, look. I always like to blow a couple of straw into the front of the pens. That's where they get the wettest, so it does mean you sort of have to muck them out a bit more often because it gets deep at the front of the pen. But look, it's not about saving work so much as making sure the animals are thriving. Now look, there has to be a balance. You can't be creating work for yourself either. So you have to be as efficient as possible. But the way we did it this year, it all worked well. We just took out a load every time out of each pen. So look, there's going to be a lot of mucking out now and that pen is empty. But I think that pen will probably be empty now next week. So probably them 2 pens, definitely this pen, and I'll see, I might hold on to the other pen for another bit, but there is a good few pens coming free there now over the next 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks sort of. So there'll be a lot of cattle going. So if it's something you're interested in, if you would like to get cattle contract finished, maybe you're locked up and you don't have enough feed, or you don't have the facilities, or maybe you just don't want to sell at the market, maybe you prefer to get every last penny out of your animals, send them down, we'll contract finish them for you. Or if it was something you wanted to invest in, look, there's a good old return on the system. Over the space of a year, you're talking really healthy returns, probably returns that you wouldn't get out of any other investment. So if it's something you're interested in for whatever contract finishing or as an investment, give me a shout. 086 177 2623. As I said, we're going to have we'll have plenty of capacity for new cattle there now, sort of. One second now, I turn this off. From next week on. So we're testing this week now, so we can't take in that until after testing. But after that then we'll be taking in a lot of cattle. So Jesus, some bulls in this pen. Now I know this is the pen I'll show you, because of course they are the best pen of bulls. But there's no point in showing you my worst. But look at that lad. Jesus. Hold on, sorry, wrong way. He is some beast, and there's fit. So I sent off, I think they're in about close in 100 days. But I sent off one now today. So the ones I sent today, they were all sorted, they were in the outdoor pen, they were all sort of a bit lame for different reasons. But he was like a 4, I'm not sorry, not a 4 minus. He was a 3 minus, which is very good. That's a good fat score for bulls normally, not to mind the lame fella. So the diet they're on is absolutely working. We've never had better fat scores. Like, we really do have it down. Self-praise is no praise, obviously, but we really do have it down to a T this year. The diet is working really, really well. And look, it's a lot of it is down to the quality we're feeding them. You know, they're getting sugar beet instead of fodder beet. They're getting really high starch maize. They're getting really high DMD silage. And they're getting the best of Irish grown barley, all our own barley, like 14% moisture when it was cut. So jeez, they couldn't possibly get any more. And they're getting all the trimmings. So, but I don't know, I better go load this beet now and stop talking, or I'll be out all night. So I have the beet chopping away there. I have all the maize, silage and straw out for tomorrow. As I said already, tomorrow's TB testing day, so it's a big day's work. So I'm going to try it out in the morning, so I'm just trying to get organised now this evening so it'll go as smoothly as possible, hopefully. We'll have a look now, see if this chopped. Beautiful. We'll throw it out, and that'll be it for the evening. I might give another minute or two actually, there's still the odd lump to it. So now, that is the job done for the evening. Let that bale of straw in there now so it doesn't get wet tonight, because there is ferocious rain forecast by all accounts. So yeah, anyway, oh jeez, I turned off light. Anyway, that's it for the evening. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Plenty on, very busy week up ahead. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more Dourhouse Farms.